Hello everyone, my name is David Bolaina and I'm studying Biomedical Engineering in la Universidad de las Américas Puebla. Now let's talk about my professional practices in the Hospital Ángeles Puebla for summer 1. Now my project is called Biomedical Engineer and we will start with the description of this one. The objective of this project is provide corrective and preventive maintenance for the hospital medical equipment following the regulatory norms, as well as improve the administrative organization on the department. But also we have the goal to improve the space available for the equipment that arrives for its respective maintenance. Because before we got like a lot of useless box that we have for no reason, and we try to clear out the space to maintain everything in a good order. As we can see in the background, there is the useful boxes that we already have, and besides is all the tools well organized that we use. But what about our goals? We have 4 principal goals, and the first one is have a well organized list of all medical equipment that the hospital has along with its code. The second one is divide the delivery orders corresponding to the department by aspects like the name of the device, the brand, the year of delivery, and finally the number of the folio. Here in the image we can see a clear example of one of the service sheets with the label corresponding. You can see that it is stick to this paper because it's very important to keep control about the different devices along with all the things that we do to that equipment. The tier 1 is more administrative. It's generate new folders where it's updating is the data is found in which areas are covered by the biomedical department, and we're watching for this to be distributed in a better way because sometimes it's like hard to find the vouchers or all the service sheets that we have. And you can see in the image the clear example of the new folders on the right and the old folders of the last year on the left. And here I got 2 of these ones to show you the differences, because this one is already broke and is not useful anymore, and we're trying to implement new folders to maintain all these papers in good order for some provider or someone of the hospital needs a colaboration or a copy of these ones. We can have it in a good way. And finally, replace each maintenance label like we saw in the last diapositive for medical devices that have maintenance in the month of June and July. Now, the specifications to do this is communicate with the area to the hospital or provider that requires the service. In general, they send us papers like this one to check all these details, and then we generate a loan voucher for the equipment that resides in which data of the device is specified. I have right here a clear example of these vouchers. It's something like this. You put the equipment, your name, the department that needs the equipment, and finally you have to sign it down here. Then we carry out the corresponding maintenance depending on the device being working using components available to the department to correct any failure or any error. You can see there a spot of vital signs. I have one here. You can see from the brand of Philips. Now we check the number of control that is stick right here, and we always write what has to be done, if has cables or not, and any specifications that we need to work on that device. And right after that, at the moment of finish the revisation or the maintenance, a service sheet is generated in which the work is done specified as I already mentioned, the components that we change, who carry out the task, and the signature, and also the signature of the manager of the area that deliver the equipment. Now I got another example here that is the same that you can see on the diapositive, and right there is one of mine. Now you can see my name, the details of what I did, the department that requires the service, the name of the equipment, and another that we need to keep. And finally, once all the data is correct, the document is sealed and the copy is given to the person who picks up the equipment. The original document is filled in the corresponding folder as I already showed you. Now, the regulations that we need to follow are 4 principles, because we got a lot of regulations from Salubrity and other organizations that the hospital have to use for the service that we bring to people. But we have 4 principles in this case for the Department of Biomedical Engineering. And the first one is quality and safety of the patient. But what is useful is, well, this one implements a model that supports the development of the technical, managerial, and humanistic capacities of all personnel involvement to strategic programs of the Institute. And the other one is the ISO 9001, and the latest version is from 2015. That is a rule that standardizes the quality control system of all organizations. In the case of this one, the most famous of this rule is about the maintenance of the system. So it's like the fundamental thing to follow here in the workshop to do our job. And one of the most important that is the same elementary here is the dress code, because we always use a protective coat like the one I'm wearing right now here in the workshop, because you can enter here without it. And this has the purpose to protect ourselves, because sometimes we work with some reactives that can cause a reaction on the skin or can decolorate the clothes. So this is to keep us safe here in the workshop. And also sometimes you have a surgical attire in operating room, because if some device is failing in that area, is already sterilized. So you need to go to surgery department, leave your corresponding credential, and then they give you a key from a locker to leave your clothes and use this one, as you can see in the picture right down. And it's very, very, very important. Always carry your credential for if something like that happens. And finally, a clean routine of the medical equipment is very important, because in the operating rooms we always see like blood and other fluids that can contaminate all the systems. So it's very important before we realize every job, we need to clean everything to leave it to sterilize again for another person, because we train about patients healthy. So it's very, very important have this in consideration and leave everything clean. Well, my contributions here, at least in the institute, is the most important, improve the organization, because I've been like more in the administrative work, working with different areas of the hospital, talking with the providers, communicating with all people here, and it's very, very important for me like having a great organization, because before this summer all the papers was like everywhere, and now we have like a great system to distribute everything and help us to find the things in a quicker way, and it's very, very important. But also I've been able to work with the different equipment here. For example, the most important things or the most common things that I do here in the workshop is work with this, that is a infusion pump from the brand of Brown, and it's the things that is a device that we have here like the most. But also we work like, for example, with flow meters or glucometers and everything that has been broke or need maintenance, we do it here. But I like that because I've been able to live my brand, like do the things in my way, but get to the result. And they have been very flexible with me because they see that I giving all the results and making a good contribution to the hospital and all the institute. So that's the most important thing that I've been doing. And the learnings that I've been having here is know more about the different devices and the equipment that the hospital has, because we always see like some examples in class like EKGs and electrocardiograms, everything like that. So it's very important for me like have a different point of views or get a knowledge about what we have here, how to communicate to the providers, how to talk with the people of different area, what I need to ask, what I need to know before receive any equipment, and make sure that everything works fine. So that's the most important thing that I've been learning, how to recognize all these factors and make the best work possible. And in conclusion, I really think that all this work wouldn't have been possible with the help of my partners, all the support that my boss has gave me to learn, to improve all the knowings that I've been perfectionating in college. And they are really gave me this opportunity to get better every day, to learn something every day. So it's been awesome for me. Now, until today, we have almost the 70% of all the maintenance of June, and we have a week left. And the administrative work, we are like 60% because we didn't have much time to do that, because sometimes the providers come all the way along and you need to check all the equipment, sign all documents, send emails, and that delayed all this process. But in general, I've been so satisfied with the work that I've been doing here, and hopefully I will keep doing this for a long time. So that has been my project, and thank you for watching.